Hey up there, how's it going? Welcome to a daily vlog number 4. Yes, it's gonna be one of those vlogs. I probably might not do a very long one tonight. I'm just doing one because of its sake, if it's another day, another daily vlog. But nothing has happened today, except for work, of course. Today was the last day of work. I've only been I've been home now for a little over an hour. And finally got a new Transformers review up on my main channel today. Well, I scheduled it for upload while I was at work. Uh, yeah, so finally got that out of the way, which is good. That's 2 Transformers reviews I've done over the last week or so. I know I try not to talk about my geeky stuff as much on here. I know it does leak out a little bit here and there, but I try to make it less noticeable, or I try not to put as much emphasis on my geeky stuff on here anymore. But I have neglected the reviews. Like I said was it yesterday's vlog or maybe the day before? Uh, I'm not disliking doing reviews. I do enjoy making all videos, whatever it is that I do cover when it comes to making videos on YouTube. I enjoy all of them, or the whole process of it all. But like I say, I prefer vlogging. So, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to stop making any videos. I'm not going to stop making completely because obviously my main channel is, well, my main channel has more subscribers and I've met a lot of great people through it, and also through social media with sharing my videos around and stuff. And I'm not going to go anywhere. My main channel's not going anywhere. But it's just, I've got to be in a bit more of a different mindset for making my main channel videos, and I've got to feel either excited about a toy that I'm talking about, whether it is like a new pickup and I'm like, oh, I'm really looking forward to, getting, filming a video about this, but that doesn't happen very often. Sometimes it feels a little bit more like a chore sometimes to try and get a video out. One of my policies, I don't really have a policy. I don't know. I know it's a term people use about like personal policies, like this is against my policy. Like, for God's sake, I'm a person, not a bloody business. Um, but it goes kind of against my better judgment, should I say? That's what normal people talk like. It goes against how I've gone about YouTube. I've always had a certain mindset with YouTube ever since day one. It all started through curiosity, seeing other people doing stuff and talking about stuff I used to watch when I was a kid and feeling nostalgic at the same time. And it kind of like inspired me to kind of kickstart buying toys again, and that's where my main channel started. And I started making videos talking about stuff, and then great people, some good friends of mine, they kind of like, you know, waving the flag for me and trying to kind of like, shout outs and helping to get me noticed in the early days. And that's kind of where the journey started. And ever since then, ever since I started making videos on YouTube, I've always kind of had a mindset is like I've never wanted to be famous, even though I'd love to be famous. If it happens, then I'll take it gladly. But I look at it logically. There's so many people that make videos on YouTube, and it's very rare if you are successful, and it's very rare if the algorithm helps you out, and the whole thing, because there's all sorts of stuff that goes into play. Just give me 1 minute. My cat Susie, my other cat Susie, she can't figure out how to use the bloody cat flap sometimes, and I don't understand why. Susie, this right here, this right here is a cat flap. It is for cats to go through and out. You get through this without a problem from the other side, but you always have a problem from this side. So I have to get off my fat ass to do this. Thank you. What a twat. Cats. Cats. Talk about attention seeking. Oh man, that cat, obviously, you know, I don't understand what it is with that cat. I really don't. She figured she was, I think, the first cat out the two of them. Here's Socks right here. She was the first cat out the two of them to figure out the cat flap on her own. She figured it out. She figured how to get out and back in on her own. And it took a bit more encouragement and probably kind of seeing Susie do it for Socks. Although, no, Socks, she was a bit delayed using the cat flap. And obviously it was through Socks, through Socks seeing Susie go in and out of the cat flap. It kind of encouraged her to try it herself, I think, probably. But lately, I won't say lately, but for a while, she just sits there pawing at the cat flap, constantly pulling at it. It's like you push your head through, but whatever. I don't know what's going on with her. I really don't, unless it's because she wants me, human man, to open it for her because she can't be bothered to do it herself. Anyway, what was I saying? Completely went on a different tangent there. I was talking about how I go about YouTube. Yeah, YouTube, the whole YouTube thing. Like I was saying, you know, if things changed, the algorithm kind of started promoting my videos and more people started seeing my videos, then it would be nice to actually it would be nice to become relatively famous, but at the same time, I see YouTube, I look at it logically. Like I was trying to say before, the whole cat thing, yeah, there's so many people that upload videos to YouTube. There's so many people that upload videos to YouTube and so many YouTube accounts. And it's very rare when somebody actually does start to kick off and their videos start to get like prioritized and start going up, start being, you know, the algorithm picks up their videos and they start generating views and a lot of traffic through the channel. It's quite, it is pretty rare it happens. I mean, I've been making videos on YouTube for like 15 years in total. Maybe. I mean, I've been going to, next year it'll be 15 years since I started going to conventions, auto assemblies, and then coming up to Tea of Nations. And I started making videos about a year or two before, but roughly a year or so before I went to my very first convention in 2010. Yeah, 2010 was my first convention. I heard about auto assembly back in 2009, and I was making videos in 2009. So it was about 08, 09 when I started making videos originally. So I am about roughly 15, 16 years or something like that, give or take, since I started my YouTube video making process, and I was literally about 18, 19 years old when I first started, around about that. And yeah, it's scary. I've been making videos for as long as that, and this channel's been going on for a while as well. I didn't quite realise, but this channel's good over 6 years. A good 5 or 6 years. Oh, sorry, I've got a bloody pain in my arm for some reason. Give me a sec. Oh, that's better. It happens very rarely. I don't know what it is, but I get like a weird pain, and it goes right through my arm, and it kind of like travels up into my neck, and it's like a spasm. It's weird. All good. It's all good. It just happens randomly. Anyway, so yeah, when it comes to YouTube, it's very rare, and there's so many people uploading, and it's quite difficult for the algorithm to really kind of do its job properly. Like I say, I've been making videos for as long as that, and this channel's not been about as long, but the fact that my main channel, what I call my main channel, technically it's my second main channel, because my original main channel is no longer about the first channel I ever made, but my main channel that I have now is technically my second channel, second main channel. But yeah, I've been making videos for as long as that, and I'm over 600 subscribers now on my main channel, which I'm very thankful for. That's an incredible achievement, I think, on my part. I mean, I never thought in a million years I'd have as many subscribers, but just to think how many years I've been making videos for, and how long my channel's been around, it just goes to show, 600 subscribers in the time that I've been making videos it's mad, isn't it? It's mad to think that you would have thought it would have been a bit more, but it's not, because the reality is I'm seen as a very minuscule channel. Both of these channels are seen as very minuscule, very small, and there's so many other people making similar content to me on both of my channels. Nearly everybody does vlogs now. I mean, I think more people are going into the space is changing from vlogging, and a lot more people are doing streaming. There's like a thing now called IRL streaming, or VODs, as they're known as well, VOD. And it's basically, it's not relatively new. It has been a thing for a while. Ever since streaming kind of took off, people have been doing it. Streaming was much more of a gaming thing originally, like through Twitch and other services, through YouTube, like for game capture, playing video games and stuff like that. That's usually where streaming started. That's where it kind of was, but now it's starting to kind of like leak into being like in real life IRL vlogging, but it's streaming. So it's like everything's happening in real time. So they might maybe go on like a road trip or something, or a group of friends probably might go and do something, maybe go traveling, explore someplace, and they do it all in real time through like all this streaming setup. But the problem is you need a lot of money for it, because the gear for that kind of stuff is not cheap. You need multiple cameras. You need multiple cameras. You need somebody like a camera tech or something, or somebody that understands cameras and lighting and audio. You need people like the people that do these like IRL stream. You do sometimes. A lot of people do it solo. It is possible to do it solo, but obviously it's just through one camera only. That is either like held like I'm doing right now, just a front-facing camera, and but yeah, you see the chat in the corner. So there's like a ongoing. It's basically like Twitch, where basically when you're doing a video game stream and you got like in all the chat is literally just scrolling upwards like this in the corner, and it's basically like that, and it's just constantly going for as long as you wish to. And that seems to kind of taken over the whole vlog thing. A lot of people are starting to do streaming or IRL streaming or VOD stuff. A lot of people are starting to go into that rather than making normal content like vlogs and stuff. I mean, vlogs are still popular. A lot of people still do the vlogging. But it seems like things have started to change, and there's a lot more technology stuff. There's a lot more capability with cameras and a lot more stuff being brought out and developed to help people make stuff like that. But yeah, it's mad. I mean, it would be nice to be, it would be nice to be famous, I guess. But you got to look at things logically, and a lot of people do the exact same thing as I do. A lot of people do the exact same thing as I do, and the one thing that helps to break the mold is it's coming up with something that's original. It's coming up with something that is like nobody else is really doing at the time, and that it kind of helps the algorithm notice you more. Because if you do something that's a little bit unorthodox or a little bit outside the box, that's when the algorithm starts to kick in and starts to help promote your videos more. But the problem is, it's so difficult to come up with something original these days because everybody is doing. There's always many, many, many other people doing something exactly as you are. It could be, I don't know, something with fashion or clothing, makeup. It could be something to do with films, for instance, for anime, for anything, any pop culture stuff, anything, vlogging or whatever, there's so many other people doing the same thing as you, and it becomes very, very, very difficult. It becomes very, very, very difficult, to come up with something original. Like back when YouTube first started, it would have been a bit more easier to come up with something more original, because there was less people using the service back then. It was relatively brand new when it first launched, when YouTube first started, and it was relatively brand new, and you could only do a certain amount of time per video that you wanted to do. You could only do so much. I think you could only do max of about 10-15 minutes at one point back in the early days. But if you hit a certain subscriber milestone, that was eradicated, and you could literally make as long the videos as long as you want. But then they phased that out when Google took over YouTube. That became phased out, and everybody was allowed to make videos for as long as they possibly wanted. They could literally just do an endless upload. They could make a 12-hour long video, and YouTube would allow it. And so on and so forth. So that got eradicated, but there's like a tier system with YouTube. You have to at least hit 1,000 subscribers to unlock like a subscriber hub. So you have like a hub kind of thing that kind of comes into play once you hit at least 1,000, I think. So you can actually interact with your subscribers better. And then I think it's like 100,000 or something. I think if you hit 100,000 subscribers, something else. And then if you hit like 1 million, then you start getting probably approached by advertisers and stuff, and you start to earn money through ads and advertisements and people trying to kind of like get you to kind of like, you know, promote their businesses, and that's how a lot of people make the money on YouTube, is through ads, advertisements. And then also people set up Patreon accounts and things like that, so people, if they wish to, can donate to the channel. And there's all sorts of ways around it. But yeah, YouTube is a fickle thing. YouTube's been a fickle thing, you know, it's gone through a lot of different changes, different policies, all sorts over the years. And YouTube first started out as just an idea of just broadcasting yourself, because that's what YouTube used to go under, is broadcast yourself. It was all about just putting yourself out there, having a bit of fun, doing little skits, doing comedy, probably just like, you know, you know what I mean? It just kind of like, just a way to express yourself when it was originally done. Now it's become much more corporate. It's become much more corporate. Obviously, there's a big, massive company, Google, are now owning YouTube, and everything really is kind of through Google. All the services and everything that is developed for YouTube is through Google, and it doesn't feel inclusive anymore. It doesn't feel like you are broadcasting yourself. You feel like you've got to really, really work at it. It doesn't feel like fun anymore, if that makes sense. It doesn't feel like, even though you can still have fun on YouTube, it generally depends on what kind of stuff you make. You can still have fun, but the problem is it's the reality is now, like I said, it's much more corporate. If you wish to kind of go down that road and become a successful YouTuber, like a big YouTuber, there are strict rules to go by, and you have to start uploading ridiculous. You have to start implementing a schedule to the point where you have to at least upload at least once or twice a week, if not every day. And then you need to start thinking about scripting. You need to think about investing in better camera equipment, audio equipment, lighting equipment, everything to try and make your videos look brilliant. And it starts becoming more aesthetically pleasing than the actual content itself. And that, it starts becoming, yeah, and I don't want that stress. I don't want that stress. I like the ability to be able to come and go when I want. I like the ability to just kind of just make a video when I want to make a video, talk about whatever it is I want to talk about. I don't care about viewers. I do care about views to a degree. I like to know my videos are being seen and people do enjoy them, which I know people do. I care about that, but what I mean is I don't care about how many people watch. I could be quite happy with at least 15, 20 views, and I'd be quite satisfied with that, you know. But, you know, it's just, I guess because my mindset is like that is why my channel hasn't, neither of my channels have taken off in a certain way. It's because I've always stuck to a certain mindset. A lot of people now, when they make YouTube videos, they feel that they have to like adopt a different mindset. You have to adopt a completely different persona. You know what I mean? You have to adopt a completely different persona. So you're not really you. You're playing somebody else. It's as if you're playing a character. Like if you're an actor, for instance, you are acting. You are like performing for people, and you're not really being yourself. You're technically just trying to. And also, a lot of people use clickbait as well to kind of get people's attention. I don't agree with clickbait. I've never used clickbait, ever. And I will never use it, because I think it's wrong to... I understand it's a tactic to get people to watch the video, but end of the day, I'm not somebody that likes to deceive people just for attention. I am not like that. So, yeah. But YouTube's a fickle thing, it really is. But I'm content with I mean, like I said, this whole conversation came from me saying that, you know, even though I still enjoy making the stuff, the videos I do, and talking about the certain things, subjects and stuff that I talk about, I still enjoy that whole process, but I prefer making vlogs. I don't, my mindset seems to have shifted more towards vlogging. Even though I aren't going to completely stop making videos on my main channel, I am still going to make reviews and stuff, but it's just, I have to, I have to kind of be, I don't like forcing videos. I don't like to force myself to make a review because it comes over false. You know what I mean? The point what I'm trying to make with that is if you make a video just for the hell of it, for the sake of it, and people are going to hear that in your voice, in your, you know, it's going to come over as if you're not feeling it. You're not feeling that thing you're talking about, or what subject you're talking about. You're not feeling it, and people are going to pick up on that straight away. And whenever I try and make a video or talk, whatever I decide to talk about or whatever, I always try to be as honest as possible. And a lot of the time, my videos are spontaneous. A lot of the time, my videos are spontaneous. Always have been, really. But yeah. But it's been a long enough video, nearly freaking 30 minutes talking about this stuff. But yeah, that's kind of my mindset when it comes to YouTube, and my mindset when it comes to making videos, and you know what I go by when it comes to YouTube, and what I stand by, like when it comes to it. And yeah, but yeah, that's gonna be today's vlog. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll be back tomorrow with another one. So yeah, take care. Obviously, I'm not at work anymore now. Today was the last day, so obviously I'll be a bit more freer to do maybe something, either just, you know, to actually be able to do something, get out the house for a bit, I guess. But if I do anything, I'll bring in you guys along for the ride. So, bye-bye.